Hi and welcome to this video. This video is going to be about company logos, and I got the idea for this video because I saw a blog post about how much popular company logos cost, and there are some surprises. And as you can see, someone paid $211 million for their logo, and I'll be talking about this logo a little later. I'll also be talking about what is good and what is bad about these logos. So starting off here, the new Pepsi logo. Pepsi paid $1 million to get their logo redesigned, and it's an okay logo. I like the old one better. I like the classic look. They kept the colors, but changed up the swoop here, and I think made a more cartoonish look. And well, I don't really like it very much. I don't know why, but yeah. Um, Next up is Australian and New Zealand Bank Group, and this is actually a great logo, I think, and it's a simple icon here, and simple text that has been modified a little. One of the great things about this logo is it's really scalable. So, one of the things that you want to think about when having your logo designed, or designing a logo yourself, is that if you have to use this logo in a very small size in a website header, uh, it has to be noticeable still, and you might have to scale it to fit a billboard or something like that. So it still have to look great when it's huge. And you can see down here that they paid a lot of money for this logo, $15 million. Next up, Accenture, and they paid a lot of money too for this logo. And you can see a lot of times logos aren't, they aren't overdone, they aren't over designed, they are just simple logos. Choose the right font is one of the most important things. Choose the colors, and here is just this bracket over the T that really makes the logo stand out. Next up is an old classic BBC. They paid $1.8 million for this logo, and you know uh, I I think it's a little boring. It's a little dare I say British, but BBC, yeah. Well, it's a classic logo, a classic TV channel, and you just know it. And again, it's simple. It's really easy to scale, and I've seen it in different variants. So still a great logo. And the priciest logo of them all, BP paid $211 million for this logo. BP Oil it's an oil company, and I first of all, I think $211 million is way too much for a logo, and it just shows that BP has no clue about PR or marketing, or what they are doing. They have their business, that they make a lot of money, and they, sorry to say so, give a crap about what people think about them. Um, and one of the bad things about this logo is actually that this reminds me of an explosion, and you might not want to, be an oil company and have a logo that looks like an explosion. Maybe that's just me. Next up, Enron. Not one of the most luckiest companies out there, but a simple logo again. I'm not a big fan of it, but it has some qualities. It actually looks a little like the Dell logo, but but other than that, simple, great colors, and easy to recognize. Um, and as you can see, they didn't pay very much for this. 33,000, still a lot of money, but certainly not as much as some of the others. Glasgow 2014 is a sports logo. I guess I really don't know what it is, but they paid just under 100,000 for this logo, and well, I'm not happy about it. Again, it's there's a lot of sports sports associated with this type of logo, but again, it's really hard to scale, and especially this, there's a lot of fine details in this, but it makes great references to the Olympics, I think. Next up, Google, and well, I think we can agree upon that the Google logo isn't really that great. I think this was one of the first logos that they did, and it was one of the founders that did this logo, so they actually paid nothing for it. And a lot of times this is what happens, and a company gets huge, and it's sort of a doodling kind of logo that gets used and is just used on everything. But still simple, great typography, and great colors, and really easy to recognize. I don't think there are many people with an internet connection that doesn't recognize this logo. Coca-Cola, one of the biggest brands in the world, and one of the logos that have a lot of qualities. They sort of got this swoop here, and this is an old version of the logo. The newer versions have another swoop down here, and this was designed by a bookkeeper, I think, and thereby they paid $0 for this. And Coca-Cola have done a great job branding themselves and branding their logos, and they actually did something else that was really interesting, namely branding the Coke logo too. It's sort of a secondary logo, and they use it for other things than their primary logo, and this is a great thing to do. You can use a secondary logo or another version of your logo with some text or something like that, to target other groups than your main group. The London 2012 Olympics logo paid $625,000 for this logo, and I really don't like it. It's too complicated. It's too artsy, and yeah. I really like the Olympic rings. That's just a great logo in itself. So I think they should have emphasized that more. City of Melbourne, very artsy logo, and the shape itself is relatively simple, but the coloring is it's too complicated for me, and I think the problem again with scalability. A lot of details will be lost if you scale it down really far. And again, $625,000 for this. The next logo, also a very simple logo, and next was the computer company that Steve Jobs founded, and yeah, well, it's it really has this 80s look to it. The black and white and the the clear colors here, and yeah, well, $100,000. I think at that time it was a great logo. The Nike logo, the swoop here is known for being a great brand, and and as you see below here, 35 bucks for getting this logo designed. That's not a lot of money, and still it's one of the most popular and best branded logos in the world. And they use they use it in different variants. They use only the swoop, or they use their logo where they have the Nike text here, or the Nike text and the just do it. They have used. I'm really not sure if they use just do it still, but they did early on. The Twitter logo, um, 15 bucks, and that's a fair deal for a logo. I actually think that this logo is really great. It it says something about the company, and it has this little icon of a bird, and great typography. I really love these thick bold letters, and yeah, it's just a great logo, great colors. And that's actually it. So I hope you learn something about logos. I'd actually love it if you would write in the comments below if you have any special stories about your company logo. Did you do it yourself? Did did your company CEO doodle it on a napkin at a business meeting, or where did you get your logo? Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stories behind these logos, and it's fun to know more about. As always, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to write them in the comment section below. Otherwise, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, or write me an email. Yeah. And also there's a link to this blog post in the description below. So don't be a stranger. Bye.